Hey everybody. So today we're going to do a video that shows you how to finish your octopus. So you've created the head, you've gotten up to round 24, you've added embroidery features if you like, and you have firmly stuffed the head. At this point you're going to create the bottom piece for the octopus and you'll attach it to the head using the yarn that you've used for the head. So don't cut this. We're going to pick this yarn up after we create the bottom piece. Okay, so to create the bottom piece, we're going to be using the same yarn but in a contrasting color so you can see more clearly how the bottom piece attaches to the head. So we're going to start with the magic ring. We're going to put 5 single crochet into the ring. Okay. Then once you've got your 5 single crochet in there, I'm going to pull on that loop, get our stitches around, and we can start doing round 2, which is to do 2 single crochet in each single crochet around round 1. The first stitch is always the hardest one to pick up. That's one. And that's the second in the same stitch. Remember to be yarning under. Go into the second stitch and we'll just continue around with 2 single crochet in each single crochet around for round 2. Alright, so you've got 10 stitches around for round 2. Now we'll continue on to round 3. You're going to put a single crochet into the next stitch and then 2 single crochet in the stitch that follows. And just continue around like that until you've got 15 stitches at the end of round 3. Okay, so now you've got 15 stitches around. You're going to finish your round 3 with a slip stitch. And pull up that loop and cut your yarn. You're going to take the cut end of your yarn, not the one that's on the back, the one that you just cut, put it through that loop, pull through, and that's going to secure the yarn. Get that nice and tight. Okay, then we're going to thread that end of the yarn and push it through to the back of the yarn where the other end is, and we're going to tie them together. So you get your darning needle thread that yarn through, push it through these stitches in the back, just to get it closer to the other end. So you can tie it together. Okay. Just going to make a knot. Tie it twice. There's your knot. There's your bottom piece. We'll cut those threads. Okay. Then we're going to show how to attach that bottom piece to the bottom of the octopus and pick the yarn back up to attach them. Alright, so you take your bottom piece and put it on top of the head piece. What we're going to do is use a single crochet stitch to attach the bottom piece to the top. So you put your hook into the next stitch of the head, and then you're going to put your hook through one of the stitches in the bottom piece, like that, and pull through both pieces and when you're finished with the stitch, you'll see that those two pieces are now joined together. So I'll show you that again. Go into the next stitch. Okay. Go into the next stitch in the head. Find the next stitch of the bottom piece. Go under that. Yarn under and pull through both pieces. Yarn under and pull through both loops. One more time. Into the next stitch in the head. Next stitch in the bottom piece. Yarn under, pull through both pieces. Yarn under, pull through both loops. Okay. So now we've got 3 single crochet stitches connecting the 2 pieces. We're going to go around like that until the bottom piece is completely attached. Alright, so now you've gone around the bottom piece and you've got it completely attached to the bottom of the head piece. You'll remember that there's only 15 stitches in the bottom piece, but there's 16 stitches at the bottom of the head. So the last stitch won't be used to connect the bottom piece because you've already used all the stitches in the bottom piece. So now we're going to start doing the tentacles, which starts at round 25. We're going to start chaining. For the chain, there's no need to yarn under. The chain can be a bit more loose than the stitching for the head. And you're going to want to chain about 50 chain stitches, although that number may vary for you based on what yarn you're using and what hook size you're using, also how tightly you crochet. But you want to make sure that the chain is not so long that when you are finished with your tentacles, that they measure any more than 8.5 inches when they're completely stretched tightly. So a good number to shoot for with this chain is about 7 or 7.5 inches. So you can be sure that once you've finished your tentacle, you're not going to be able to stretch it past 8.5 inches. So I'm going to keep chaining here until we get to about the right length. Alright, so I've finished doing my chain stitches. I've put in 50 chains and I'm just going to measure it to check and see how I'm doing with length. So I can adjust if I need to. So I'm just going to hook this onto my hook. Pull as tightly as I can. You'll see here I'm at about 8 inches. So it's a bit long. I think I'll take out a few chains. Just so that I'm sure when I'm done with my tentacles, I don't go over that 8.5 inches. Okay. And now we can start putting the single crochet into the chain and getting those twisty tentacles. So single crochet into the second chain from the hook, which is not this one, but this one. And I like to put it into the back loop of the chain. So you see that? There's the back loop. Some people prefer to use the reverse side of the chain and put it into the loop that's on the actual back of the chain, right there. But I like to do it this way. So in the second stitch, go through the back loop. You can yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops. And in that same space in the chain, you're going to put your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through again. Now be careful not to pull too tightly, because if you do, you'll have a hard time seeing where the next space in the chain is. So this is the next space in the chain. You may miss it and think you need to go in that one if you pull too tightly. So be sure not to skip a chain. Go into the back of the chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, go into the same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops. We're going to continue on like that. Go into the back loop and put 2 single crochet in each chain stitch. You can see now that the tentacle is starting to curl. And you can just use your fingers to twist it into shape as you go. Remember, you have the option of putting 2 single crochet in each chain stitch or 3 single crochet, which will give you more of a corkscrew look. Okay, we'll just continue on like this. You see how it's curling up. All right, so finishing up our chain, we've got 2 chain stitches left to put the single crochet stitches into. That's 2 single crochet there. This is our last chain. We put 1 single crochet, the last single crochet. Okay. The next thing we do is single crochet into the next stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch. This is a great point to stop and check, make sure your tentacle length is correct. So grab our tape measure, put it at the base of the head. Your tentacle starts. Stretch as tightly as you can on the tentacle. Let's see. I'm right at about 7 inches. So I had 47 chains, and that's seems to be a good length for me. I'm going to continue on with 47 chains for the rest of my tentacles. So now we've done those 2 single crochet into the head, we're going to start chaining. Just as we did before. I'm going to put 47 chains, continue with 2 single crochet down the row into each back loop of the chain, and then put my 2 single crochet stitches in the octopus head to connect. I'm going to continue to do that all around the head until I have 8 tentacles, and then my octopus will be complete.